Hello and welcome. So, if you are currently in Canada and you are a person who is on a postgraduate work permit, and now you probably will be going out of status, you probably have gone out of status, and you now have the option to restore your status to a visitor. A lot of you confuse yourself that you already have a valid visit visa. So at the time your postgraduate work permit, if you have applied for extension or if you go out of status, then because you have a temporary residence visa, because you have a visit visa, you will automatically be on a visitor status. It is not true. Please understand, having a visit visa does not mean you automatically go and you are automatically transferred to a visitor status. That is not true. If you have been in Canada as a student, you were on a student status. Then you change that status by applying for a work permit. Now you are on a worker status. Once your status basically expires, you are now out of status. You do not automatically go on a visit status. Okay. Neither do you go on a visitor status simply by applying for a visitor visa. That also does not get you on a visitor status. You need to restore your status and then apply for change of status from worker or student to a visitor. You basically will be applying for a visitor record. Okay, please understand this. There is a big difference between applying for a visitor visa and changing your status to a visitor. A lot of people confuse themselves and land themselves into much deeper problem than they would have been otherwise. So that's for people who are in Canada and still trying to figure out how would they change the status. So there's a specific application to be made about change of status. Please use that. That's the first one. Postgraduate work permits to maintain valid status in Canada. Should I apply for extension? How to add spouse in the same application to maintain their implied status to keep working till the decision is made? Well, the idea should be to apply for your extension and then also apply for your spouse's extension, but you must add uh, your yeah, to apply for your spouse's extension is going to be tricky. In both the cases, at some point of time, you will receive a refusal, but until you receive the refusal, you can continue to work. And when you do receive the refusal, you'll also find yourself to be out of status, at which point you will have to apply to restore your status and then change your status to visitors, or you could also then choose to leave Canada at that point of time. How to send LOE to IRCC regarding extending PCC request as it takes more than 30 days to submit? Okay, good question. So in your application under they would have opened up a tab to submit your new police clearance. You can actually submit a letter of explanation using the same tab and request for extension. But when you're submitting a letter of explanation, do make sure you request for additional time to submit, as well as also provide proof of having applied for police clearance, because if you don't provide the proof for having applied for police clearance, then it becomes difficult. So always make sure when you provide a letter of explanation, also provide proof of having applied for a police clearance. Do you think scores will fall till 470 by the end of 2022, postgraduate work permit expiring in Feb 2023? I don't think all program draw scores will drop to 470s or 470 at the end of 2022. CEC, that is a possibility because it all depends. Will IRCC conduct draws CEC specific or all program specific? That is the biggest question, which nobody has the answer to. We are all speculating. We don't know. Nobody knows. I definitely don't know. So it all depends as and when the draws will resume. And there is, as I said earlier, as I said, there is a lot of flutter that we can expect the draws to resume by spring. Spring is basically starting from next month. April is typically the month of spring. And again, as I said, it's a flutter. Nothing concrete or nothing confirmed has been mentioned yet. IRCC had maintained that they would want to reduce their inventory by 50% before they resume their draws. CEC inventory is definitely reduced to 50% at this point of time. Does that mean that they would start with the CEC draws? I don't know. Will they wait for the entire FSW inventory to fall by 50% before they resume? Well, in that case, we are looking at the mid of this year. But if they conduct CEC specific draws, then 470s is good. If it's going to be all program draw, then 470 is going to be a challenging one. Is it possible to apply for PR while I'm on a study visa? Yes, it's absolutely possible. There is no problem at all. Well, if you're still not following us on Instagram, then that is the link. And if you want to make a one-on-one appointment, this is the link for appointments. One-on-one, we can talk about what's happening with your applications. Please do subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash the like button. I shall see you very soon again next time. Stay safe. Take care.